Hey, welcome to another edition of Russ Can Fly. Let's make it happen. So you know I gotta give my subscriber shout out. My subscriber shout out is to Crame the Kramer. Interesting name. Not sure if that's just a YouTube name or name of a person or whatever, but Crame the Kramer. I had to give that subscriber shout out because it's just such a cool name. But at any rate, Crame the Kramer, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I thank you for following me on this journey. It really does mean a lot. People think, you know, I take subscribers for granted. I don't, because I know you spend time watching these videos and watching me struggle with this whole aviation journey. So much appreciated, Crame the Kramer. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. All right, let's get out of here. Time to fly. Seat backs locked, avionics off.
I'm gonna try also this whole first couple times not say anything.
Okay.
You know, just do what you can. Okay. Like I'm trying not to say anything like until I start to see like, okay, you're
something's
good,
going,
or you might need some help.
Okay.
But like literally from startup to starting the pattern and all that kind of stuff, landings, I'm not going to tell you to go around. I'm not going to tell you to do anything.
Okay.
I'm not here.
Okay.
Right? That's essentially what it is.
Very good. Clear prop. And master would be nice. Alright. Wings traffic, Cessna 901 Quebec Sierra taxiing from the upper ramp for runway 24 wings. So I want to make sure that I share as much of my experience on this aviation journey, and that includes both, you know, struggles and success. And so this is one of those days where things were clicking and my landings were just much better. And so that's what this is all about. Landing success. Thank you, Lord. Yeah, I can see that windsock dancing a bit.
Just a little.
Okay, let's check what we got here. And we might have to do another check because of suction, because I'm not getting it. A little bit movement, but the ball is opposite.
Maybe you want to make sure these are moving nicely. This is the standby vacuum for this plane. So you can turn that on. You let suction right there.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Now it's good, but you don't want to put it on for too.
Wings traffic 205, Echo Charlie, clear the runway. Taxiing go upper ramp.
Alright, I'm gonna line up. I'm gonna look, take my call, and we'll be ready for takeoff. Alright, I don't see anyone final. No one on the field. Alright. Wings traffic, Cessna 91 Quebec Sierra, taking runway 24, staying in the pattern, wings.
You can put your strobe light on.
Okay. Strobe light on.
Yeah. Stupid phone.
Get off of it.
It's not going up. Why is it 80?
Alright, lining up. Alright, lining up, matches. Alright, heels to the floor. Full power. Right rudder. Engine instruments in the green. Oil temp, oil pressure look good. Suction looks good. Airspeed is alive. And rotate. Now if you see me and my CFI waving around in the cockpit a little bit, this stupid fly decided it wanted to be in the cockpit with us, and it was mad annoying. I mean, I'm like, come on man, let a brother focus on the task at hand. Trying to handle my business, this fly buzzing around. Anyway, that's why we're waving around, stupid fly. And flying one-way heading. Looking for 1,000.
before I do my crosswind turn.
Okay, so since this is really about landings, I'm not going to show a lot of the flying in the pattern. I'm going to get straight to the landings. And I was very happy with my performance. Not perfect, but definitely getting better.
Wings traffic, Cessna 901 Quebec Sierra, turning final for runway 24 wings. Alright, 30 degrees of flaps. I need over a little bit at center line. I'm gonna crab. Little low. And power to idle. Oop. Lots of bouncing.
Round out was great, just flare, right? Just flare
yeah.
a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
You want to, with the Cessnas, you're gonna have to flare to the point where you can't see the end of the runway anymore, right?
I got you.
You're looking down the end of the runway, you just can't see it anymore, right?
Right, gotcha.
And then one thing you can transition your eyes, because there's no point looking straight into the sky because it's not really showing you anything.
Right.
Is look on the side there and
Okay.
like look at the references on the side here and try and figure out, oh, if I'm too high, too low, or if I ballooned up or ballooned or well, you can't really too low, you'd hit the ground, but
Right.
if I ballooned up or anything like that. Understand, look at the side of the runway, you know,
okay,
where the middle is, right?
Gotcha.
That's only after you lost sight of the end of the runway, right?
Gotcha. Okay. Wings traffic, Cessna 901 Quebec Sierra, clear of runway 24 wings. Better. Final turn. Wings traffic, Cessna 901 Quebec Sierra, turning final for runway 24 wings. Alright, 30 degrees of flaps. Little high. Crabbing in.
Bravo traffic, experimental 94 Bravo, Sierra, about 2 miles southwest, expect over the airport, southwest to northeast, 1,600, left spiral descent into a right downwind landing, 29er, Robbins Hill.
Eyes down the runway.
Flare. Right here, that's the sight picture you want here, right?
Okay.
Right, you fought it off perfectly, right? You know, you rounded out little balloon, let go of it real quick, and usually you caught it.
Yeah.
Again, just keep that flare coming.
Right?
Okay. You saw at the end what it was like.
Yeah,
that's
what
what
I'm
you want
looking
right
for.
at the end.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's clean up the plane.
You can wait until you're clear of the
Okay.
runway, dude.
Okay.
Just remember to do it when you're clear.
Okay.
So I'm finally starting to feel like all the pieces are coming together. The round out, definitely a little bit more with the flare. I'm not being as aggressive or reactive, definitely being a lot more smooth in terms of getting into ground effect and really feeling and seeing what the plane is doing by keeping my eyes down the runway. And I gotta tell you, for this day, it wasn't, I wasn't petrified. Like normally I would come in for a landing and my blood is racing and my heart is racing and my head is racing and everything is racing. And this was just, a time where I felt like I was actually just flying the maneuver, just flying the wheels down to the runway. And no, it still wasn't perfect, but at least I felt like if something happened to my CFI, I would be able to get that plane on the ground, and I really felt I'd be able to do that. So that was why I considered, these landings a success, because it was all coming together. All right, so let's do another one.
Looking for the numbers. And we're being carb heat, power to 1500. Looking for the white arc, got it. 10 degrees of flaps, nose coming down.
Silver pitches midfield left down 32.
Looking for 45.
Robbinsville traffic, Scout 2 Mike Alpha, right 29 Robbinsville. Level, you got a pitch left base, sure final 32, Level, good to go. 719er, runway 27,
Wings traffic, Cessna 91 Quebec Sierra, turning left base for runway 24, wings.
Thank you.
All right, 20 degrees of flaps.
Is turning final 29 Robbinsville, this will be full stop.
Got my aiming point in sight.
Millville traffic, got a Bonanza 15 northwest inbound for 28 full stop Millville.
5. Still coming down nicely.
On the 45 for runway 32 at moment.
Wings traffic, Cessna 91 Quebec Sierra, turning final for runway 24, wings. All right, 30 degrees of flaps. Per usual, a little high. Coming down.
Mama traffic 152, downwind for runway 32 at moment.
All right. Maintain center line.
He will be overhead the field 1,500 feet to join the traffic pattern runway 32 Millville.
Keep those coming down.
We'll be overhead the field, Roger.
Power to idle.
There we go. In there, right?
Yeah.
That was good, right? But just
Yeah,
the balloon, right?
Just the balloon, yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
You gotta like kind of judge what your momentum is, right?
Right.
It's hard to glance at your airspeed. I don't want you to get in the habit of when you're over the runway to glance at your airspeed, right? But you can feel it almost instantly when the plane wants to balloon.
Yeah.
So that's when you keep that coming at back pressure, and then you just quickly release it real quick, then catch it again, right? It's a feel thing, right? But great touchdown, right?
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to do.
That's what we want at the end.
Right.
Right.
Without the balloon.
You saw how you were flying there, right?
Yeah.
And how soft you touched down.
Yeah, that was nice.
Just a little bit of center line there, but that was not too much of an issue.
Wings traffic, Cessna 91 Quebec Sierra, clear of runway 24 wings.
So I'm gonna get ready to take us back up to the upper ramp and close out this lesson. But as you can see in that landing, two things you should notice. One, my CFI didn't say a whole lot on that last landing. That's a very good thing. The less he's talking as I'm going through the process of landing the plane, the better I'm basically doing. And I will say to you that landing was the first time he was completely off of the controls. Normally I can feel him kind of touching the yoke a little bit, or maybe tapping on the rudder pedals, and I'll feel little subtle inputs. On that one, it was nothing. And I gotta tell you, I actually felt like a brother landed that airplane. I mean, for real. So we did a couple other landings, but I figured sometimes my videos go on too long anyway, so I thought I would go ahead and end it. But as you can see, it is really coming together. This was like a really good day. And so I'm hoping to string a bunch of these days together where I can show my CFI maybe it's time to be in the cockpit dolo, baby. Yeah. So anyway, let's taxi up and close this on out. I'm actually getting this landing thing, and that feels so good because it's been so long. And I will tell you, for any of you newer pilots out there who are trying to learn to land and it feels frustrating, just don't rush it. There's so many things that you have to figure out. It's not only what you see, it's what you hear, and it's what you feel, especially in your keister. And before you kind of bring all those elements together, it's just not going to work that well. And even after you do bring all those elements together, there's this thing called wind that is always going to make landing very interesting and sometimes difficult. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process. Yes, I know it's not cheap, and each flight lesson costs, you know, money, but just don't rush it, because eventually it will come together. So don't give up on yourself. Be patient. Take the time. It will come. Trust me. If it came from me, it will come for you. Trust me. So at any rate, I'm out of here. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I would ask that you do so. It would be greatly appreciated. And I thank you for all the people who've been following me on this journey thus far. So I'm out of here. Russ Kid can fly. Solo. All right, I'm out. Peace.